The air is thick, heavy with the scent of iron and decay. The world as we knew it, gone, vaporized in a heartbeat, replaced by a nightmare where the dead walk and the living, well, the living are just trying to survive the next 5 minutes without becoming a snack. We drop straight into the chaos. The hallway is dimly lit, shadows dancing on the walls like flickering ghosts. It's tight, it's claustrophobic, and it smells like fear. We've got two guys here running on pure adrenaline. First, there's this bald guy, let's call him the Muscle. He's got panic written all over his face, sweat dripping down his forehead like he's just run a marathon through hell. Behind him is a blonde guy looking like he's about 2 seconds away from a total mental breakdown. They're scrambling, lungs burning, desperate to find an exit, desperate to find safety. But what they find instead, oh man, you're not going to believe this. They turn the corner, skidding to a halt, and boom, the path is blocked, but it's not blocked by rubble. It's not blocked by a horde of mindless eaters. It's blocked by a guy. And this isn't just any survivor. This guy stands there, calm as a frozen lake, looking like he just stepped out of a casual Friday meeting. He's wearing a crisp white dress shirt, slightly unbuttoned at the top, looking dangerously relaxed. In his right hand, he's gripping a massive, heavy-duty wrench. The metal gleams under the cold emergency lights, promising a world of hurt. But that's not the crazy part. No. The crazy part is what he's holding in his other hand. He's holding leashes, and on the end of those leashes, 2 zombies. I'm talking full-blown, red-eyed, gray-skinned, snarling zombies, a man in a tattered suit and a woman with blood-red eyes and ragged clothes. They aren't attacking him. They're straining against the ropes like poorly trained dogs waiting for a treat. The Muscle stares, his eyes bulging out of his head. He screams, holy crap, zombies. But our main character, let's call him the Wrench King for now, he doesn't flinch. He doesn't scream. He just stands there, radiating this terrifyingly cool aura. He looks at the 2 terrified runners with an expression that says, I am so done with your nonsense. The blonde guy behind the Muscle is trembling, peeking over his friend's shoulder. The visual is insane. You have the chaos of the apocalypse on one side, and then you have this guy acting like he's the hall monitor of the end times. The Wrench King tightens his grip on the wrench. He looks them dead in the eye and says, with complete seriousness, you're not allowed to leave, you must face legal consequences. Legal consequences? Are you kidding me? The world is ending, people are eating people, and this guy is talking about the law. The sheer absurdity of it hits the air like a brick. The Muscle and the blonde guy are frozen. They don't know how to process this. Is this a joke? Is this guy hallucinating? The Wrench King gestures to his pets, the 2 zombies straining at the leash. He introduces them like he's at a corporate mixer. Manager Zhang, he nods to the male zombie, then to the female one, Sister Kai Wei. He speaks with this eerie calm, forgot they're disgusted by me. I'm blocking the hallway so they don't even want to get near me. What kind of flex is that? The zombies are disgusted by me. That is a power move on a whole new level. He's implying he's something worse than them, something scarier. The Muscle, shaking off the initial shock, grips his own weapon, a wooden baseball bat. He steps forward, trying to make sense of the madness. Wait, bro, what are you doing? We need to run. He looks at the Wrench King, trying to find a shred of humanity in those dark eyes. Why aren't the zombies biting you? What the hell are you? This is the question of the hour, right? Is he immune? Is he a zombie whisperer? Is he just that unappealing to the undead palate? The Wrench King sighs. It's a heavy, tired sigh. He looks down, a shadow crossing his face. I've been getting along with you all as an ordinary person, he mutters, his voice dropping an octave, but all I got in return was alienation. The tension spikes. This isn't about the zombies anymore. This is personal. This is a grudge held over from the old world, carrying over into the new one. The apocalypse didn't wipe the slate clean, it just gave him permission to stop pretending. He looks up and a twisted grin spreads across his face. Fine then, I'm done pretending. I'm the company's public safety activist. I'm laying it all out. Public safety activist? The title sounds official, but the way he says it sends shivers down your spine. It sounds like an executioner's title. The blonde guy grabs the Muscle's shoulder, panic rising in his voice. Bro, what do we do? The Muscle is sweating bullets. He yells back, go take a look. Those 2 zombies he has, they don't attack people. He's trying to convince himself as much as his friend. He thinks it's a trick. He thinks the Wrench King has tamed them or defanged them. But the blonde guy isn't buying it. He's staring at the female zombie, Sister Kai Wei. Her eyes are glowing like burning coals. Her skin is the color of bruises. She looks hungry. She looks ready to tear something apart. What? The blonde guy stammers, backing away. I'm not going. You go if you want. You think I'm a dumbass. Smart kid, trust your gut. The Muscle grits his teeth. He's cornered. He looks at the open window nearby, then back at the Wrench King. He tries to negotiate with logic. This is the 3rd floor. Jumping might not kill us. But before they can make a move, the Wrench King makes his. Or rather, he lets his pets off the chain. The female zombie lunges. Damn it, the Muscle screams. If the noise from jumping attracts zombies, we're screwed. He realizes he has no choice. He has to fight. He can't run down the hall because of the Wrench King. He can't jump out the window without risking a broken leg and a swarm of undead. He has to go through the crazy guy and his pets. Screw it, I'll fight you to the death, the Muscle roars, swinging his bat. He's going all in, it's fight or die time. He charges. The Wrench King just watches. He's not even lifting his wrench yet. He's casually holding the leash, letting the chaos unfold. He says calmly, loudly enough for the imaginary jury to hear, everyone saw it, this is self-defense. Oh, you sly fox, he's setting the narrative. Even now, he's playing the victim while holding the literal monsters on a leash. The zombie manager Zhang lunges at the muscle with a terrifying, open-mouthed roar. The muscle swings his bat with everything he's got. Wham! The impact is brutal. The bat connects with the zombie's head with a sickening crack. The force sends the zombie flying back. The muscle loses his balance, tumbling to the ground. He hits the floor hard. His bat clatters away. He looks up, gasping for air. He sees the zombie down. He thinks just for a second that he survived. It's over, he thinks. I'm done for. He's vulnerable. He's on the ground. And that's when the real predator strikes. From the smoke and dust of the scuffle, a shadow moves. It's fast. It's precise. Bam! A fist connects with the muscle's face. It's not a zombie bite. It's a human punch, packed with malice and precision. The muscle is sent skidding across the floor, blood spraying from his nose. He groans, vision blurring. Standing over him is the Wrench King, looking down with disdain. I told you not to break in, the Wrench King scolds, dusting off his shirt. You think I'm joking about being a public safety activist? The muscle is groaning in pain, totally incapacitated. The Wrench King isn't done. He leans in, his voice dripping with dark humor. Besides being a public safety activist, I'm also a sanitation activist. I'll have to wipe up your blood later. So annoying. This guy is unbelievable. He just laid a man out cold and he's complaining about the cleaning bill. The Wrench King spins the heavy wrench in his hand, the metal humming through the air. He turns his gaze toward the blonde guy who is cowering in the corner. Still moving, the Wrench King asks, eyeing the muscle who is twitching on the floor. With that scrawny body of yours, you dare to swing a baseball bat. The disdain is palpable. He's offended by the muscle's lack of technique. Then those cold, sharp eyes lock onto the blonde guy. The blonde guy freezes. His heart must be hammering against his ribs like a trapped bird. The Wrench King smiles. It's not a nice smile. That blonde guy, if you dare run, I'll send Manager Zhang after you to bite you to death. The threat hangs in the air. The blonde guy turns pale, looking like he's about to faint. Tears are welling up in his eyes. He's completely broken. Mommy, the blonde guy whimpers, clutching his head. The vicious public safety activist is bullying, using his zombie power to beat up Wang Shan. I want to go home. He's reverted to a child. The psychological pressure is just too much. He's witnessing a man use zombies as distinct weapons. It breaks the rules of the apocalypse. You're supposed to run from zombies, not get bullied by their owner. The Wrench King ignores the crying. He looks down at his own clothes. He sees a spot of blood, probably from the muscle. He frowns. I think I went a bit overboard with self-defense, he muses, checking his sleeve. Gotta change clothes now. He looks at the blonde guy again, waving the wrench casually. Like this, I'll call 120 for you. 120, that's the emergency number. He's mocking him. Then he adds, hey, that blonde guy over there, you call 110 too. Get the police station involved. I'll head upstairs to get my defense lawyer. See you in court. See you in court? The world has ended. There is no court. There is no police. This guy is gaslighting them into oblivion. The blonde guy is crouched on the floor, shaking uncontrollably. I told to call 110. Are your ears stuffed with donkey hair? The Wrench King snaps, acting like an impatient boss. The blonde guy scrambles for his phone. He's terrified to disobey. Okay, bro. He's actually calling. He's so scared he's actually playing along with this insanity. He dials the number, shaking like a leaf. Mommy, I've run into a psycho, he screams internally. He holds the phone to his ear, desperate for a voice on the other end. Any voice. Sorry, I didn't mean to break in, bro. I was wrong. Really wrong. He's apologizing to the Wrench King while holding the phone. He's blabbering. It's all Wang Zhan's fault. All his fault. He killed someone before. He should be punished. I was forced by him. Whoa, hold up. The plot thickens. The muscle Wang Zhan is a killer. This isn't just random survival. These guys have a history. They have sins. The Wrench King pauses. He hears the confession. His expression shifts. The playful mockery vanishes, replaced by something colder, harder. He looks at the blonde guy with pure contempt. The moonlight catches the sharp angles of his face. He looks like a judge delivering a death sentence. If apologies worked, the Wrench King says softly, his voice cutting through the silence like a razor blade, what would we need law and order for? It's a line straight out of a drama, but here, in this blood-soaked hallway, it sounds like a final verdict. The Wrench King steps forward. The blonde guy scrambles back, hitting the wall. There's nowhere left to go. The Wrench King points the wrench toward the open window at the end of the hall. Get lost from here on your own, he commands. I'm too lazy to do it myself. The implication is clear, jump or be fed to the manager. The blonde guy looks at the window. He looks at the Wrench King. He looks at the zombies twitching on the floor. He realizes there is no negotiation here. This man is not playing a game. He is the law now. The blonde guy scrambles to the window. He doesn't want to die by the wrench. He doesn't want to die by the zombie. He takes his chances with gravity. He climbs up, he jumps. The Wrench King walks to the window, looking down into the darkness. His hair blows slightly in the wind. He looks calm, serene, even. Third floor, he murmurs to himself, watching the figure descend. It won't kill you. He turns back to the hallway to the unconscious muscle and his zombie pets. He adjusts his collar. Just another day at the office for the sanitation activist. The hallway falls silent again, save for the low growl of Manager Zhang. The Wrench King stands amidst the wreckage of society, holding a wrench and a leash, the undisputed king of his own little crazy kingdom. And you have to ask yourself, in a world full of monsters, isn't the guy who tamed them the scariest thing of all? He didn't just beat them, he broke them. He used their own fear, their own guilt, and their own confusion against them. He turned the apocalypse into a courtroom and he appointed himself judge, jury, and executioner. This is just the beginning. If this is how he handles intruders on day one, imagine what he's going to do when the real threats show up. This guy isn't surviving the end of the world, he's managing it, and God help anyone who gets a bad performance review. Okay, that was absolute madness. I mean, who puts a suit on a zombie and calls it manager? That is some next level psychological warfare right there. And the way he forced that guy to jump just by talking about legal consequences. Chilling. This MC is completely unhinged in the best way possible. Would you trust a guy like this to protect you, or would you run the other way? Let me know in the comments what you do if you ran into the sanitation activist. The ground rushes up to meet him. Gravity isn't just a suggestion, it's a law, and right now, it's enforcing a brutal penalty. The wind screams in his ears, a deafening roar that drowns out the chaos of the world above. He's falling, plummeting through the shattered remains of what used to be a civilized city. Glass shards dance around him like diamonds in the sunlight, reflecting the fires burning in the streets below. It's a terrifying, beautiful descent into hell. Crash. The impact is sickening. He slams into something hard, metal, concrete, the unforgiving reality of the apocalypse. Pain explodes through his body, a supernova of agony that threatens to black out his consciousness. He hits the ground, rolling, skidding, his body screaming in protest. Dust and debris billow up around him, choking the air. 5-5, the numbers on the floor are faded, barely visible through the grime. He's landed on the 5th floor. But of where? A shopping mall, an office complex. The sign nearby flickers with a dying neon buzz Pizza Hut. It's almost laughable. The world ends, but the branding remains. He lies there for a moment, staring up at the ceiling, gasping for air. Every breath feels like he's inhaling broken glass. His vision swims, blurring in and out of focus. Shadows loom over him, not just shadows. Creatures, their skin is gray, their eyes hollow and dead, their mouths twisted into eternal, hungry snarls. They shuffle closer, the sound of their dragging feet echoing in the silence. It's the sound of death approaching, slow and inevitable. But then the scene shifts. The dark, gritty reality of the monster-filled mall dissolves. The shadows retreat, the bloodstains vanish. The crumbling concrete smooths over into pristine, sterile office tiles. He's not on the floor anymore, he's standing. He's holding a stack of glossy papers. Grab some flyers, a voice commands, dripping with condescension. Then go talk with lawyer Zhang. That should be about it for today, right? Zhonglin blinks, the transition jarring. He's back in the office, back in the mundane nightmare that preceded the real one. He looks down at his hands. He's holding marketing pamphlets. Luxury living, the headline screams, your perfect future. The irony is thick enough to choke on. He's dressed in a white dress shirt, top button undone, sleeves rolled up. He looks tired. Not the exhaustion of fighting for survival, but the deep, soul-crushing fatigue of a corporate drone who knows his efforts are meaningless. And then the interface appears. It hovers in the air before him, a translucent golden window that only he can see. The system, it's like a video game HUD overlaid on reality, tracking his life like a stat sheet. But the stats are weird. Because you fed her, Kai Wei's impression of you has improved. Okay, that seems normal. You give someone food, they like you more. Basic human interaction. Favorability plus 20. Solid, he's making friends. But then comes the second line, the one that makes his eyebrows twitch. Because you fed her, manager Zhang Tao's current favorability is minus 60 points. Wait, what? The text glows ominously. Good interpersonal relationships are the starting point of a perfect life. Zhonglin stares at the screen, his brain trying to process the logic. He fed a female colleague. She was happy. Her manager Zhang hated it. He didn't just dislike it, his favorability plummeted into the negatives. Zhonglin's eyes narrow as he reads the fine print. Because you fed her. Suddenly, the realization hits him like a wet fish to the face. His face contorts into a mask of pure, baffled rage. He grips the flyers so hard they crinkle. Who told you to develop feelings for me? He screams internally, his thoughts racing. What the hell is going on? The chibi version of his inner self is flailing, surrounded by question marks and fire. Who the heck fed you? I'll eliminate them. He pieces it together. Manager Zhang isn't just a bad boss. He's a jealous, possessive creep who's angry that Zhonglin is being nice to Kai Wei. The favorability drop isn't about professional conduct. It's about petty romantic rivalry in the middle of a workspace. This won't do, Zhonglin thinks, rubbing his temples. The absurdity is too much. I need to have a good talk with Manager Zhang and Kai Wei and get them to calm down. The last thing I need is them liking me or hating me for no reason. He starts walking through the office. It's bustling. People are running around, papers are flying. It looks like a normal busy day, but there's an undercurrent of panic. Or maybe that's just Zhonglin's perception cracking. Another golden window pops up, blocking his path. Mission triggered, start a business. The text scrolls rapidly. As the saying goes, great towers are built from the ground up. A perfect life requires arduous struggle to achieve a perfect harvest. Working for others will never be as good as starting your own business. Respected host, if you truly need a perfect life, then try starting your own business. Zhonglin pauses. The system is basically telling him to quit. It's telling him that the corporate ladder is a scam and he needs to be his own boss. Mission reward, depending on the scale of the business, you can obtain freely distributable professional experience, skill points, attribute points, as well as some points in cash. And a final note at the bottom, note this is a long-term mission. The larger the company, the richer the rewards. He stands there, surrounded by the hum of office equipment and the chatter of colleagues, and considers it. Start a business. In this economy, well, considering the economy is about to be eaten by zombies, maybe the market is ripe for disruption. I just thought about starting a business a moment ago and you pop up with a related mission, Zhonglin mutters to the air. Are you using big data to monitor my life or something? Ignores the terrifying implications of an omniscient AI surveillance system and focuses on the opportunity. What kind of business? His mind wanders to food. Maybe I can find a spot outside to set up a stall and sell stir-fried beef noodles, he muses, a small smile playing on his lips. And maybe some giant bingyozi and egg-filled pancakes on the side. The image floats in his mind, him wearing an apron, happily flipping pancakes while customers line up. It's peaceful, it's simple. Seems like a good option, he decides, his mood lifting instantly. A peace is never an option for long. Hey you, a voice barks out, shattering his culinary daydream. A man with slick-back green hair and a suit that costs more than Zhonglin's life stares him down. He's pointing an accusatory finger right in Zhonglin's face. Zombies don't eat this stuff anyway, right? Forget it, forget it. Wait, zombies, the illusion flickers again. The green-haired man, his skin is a little too pale. His eyes are a little too wild. Another system notification slams into view, glowing red this time. Mission triggered, a lesson. Mission requirement, defeat Wangxiang International Service Company. Defeat Wangxiang International in the rankings of Heking City's customer service industry. Reduce Wangxiang International staff by 50% and completely bankrupt the company. Let all of Heking City know that the emperor of the customer service industry has returned. Mission reward distributable professional experience 100. Attribute points 10. Cash 100,000. Zhonglin stares at the mission parameters. Reduce staff by 50%. Bankrupt the company. The system isn't asking for a resignation letter. It's asking for a hostile takeover. A violent hostile takeover. He looks at the green-haired man, Manager Zhang, and then at the woman standing next to him, Kai Wei. Zhonglin runs a hand through his hair, letting out a long, weary sigh. All right, he says, his voice dropping an octave. A dark, predatory smirk spreads across his face. You've laid it all out for me. The salesman mask slips, the subordinate persona evaporates, what's left is something dangerous. Step 1, he counts off on his fingers, his eyes gleaming with malicious intent. Knocks some sense into Manager Zhang and Kai Wei. He takes a step forward. Step 2, he continues, his stride lengthening, his confidence soaring. Go upstairs and reduce Wangxiang International staff by 60%, by which I mean layoffs. Layoffs, the word hangs in the air heavy with double meaning. In the corporate world, it means firing people. In Zhonglin's world, the world where the office is infested with the undead, it means something much more permanent. After all, he chuckles darkly, layoffs are one way to reduce staff. He walks past the glass doors of the office, the sign Wangxiang International gleaming above him. Geo. He moves with purpose now, he's not walking, he's hunting. He passes the reception desk. A zombie in a tattered suit lunges at him. Wham, Zhonglin doesn't even break stride. He produces a heavy metal wrench from somewhere. Maybe he keeps it in his back pocket for maintenance. He swings it with practiced ease. The heavy steel connects with the zombie's skull with a sickening crunch. The creature drops like a sack of potatoes. Another one comes at him from the left, a female zombie, maybe a former secretary. Her jaw snaps at his arm. Zhonglin spins, the wrench becoming a blur of motion. He strikes hard, precise, and brutal. There's no wasted energy. Every hit is a critical blow. He's treating this combat like a high-efficiency workflow. Identify target, engage, terminate contract. Next. Blue streaks of light follow his weapon, tracing the arc of destruction. He's dancing through the hallway, a whirlwind of violence in a white dress shirt. Zombies are flying, literally flying. The impact of his strikes sends them careening into walls, smashing through office dividers, tumbling over desks. Your performance is substandard. Smash, you're late for the meeting. Crack, your favorability is negative. Boom, he tears through the office, leaving a trail of downsized employees in his wake. The air is filled with the sounds of snarling monsters and the heavy rhythmic thud of steel meeting bone. He reaches the main floor. It's a slaughterhouse. But to Zhonglin, it's just a messy spreadsheet that needs cleaning up. He stands amidst the fallen, his chest heaving slightly. He wipes a spot of grime from his cheek. He looks around at the carnage. Still, that's over a dozen employees laid off, he thinks, doing the mental math. Considered buying a house this time, Hayadata Real Estate has yet again developed a new residential area. No need to worry about unfinished buildings or pre-sold properties. He's hallucinating his own sales pitch now. The adrenaline is mixing with his obsessive salesman persona. He picks up a dropped item, a small glowing orb, and pockets it. That's enough for today, he decides, checking his imaginary watch. There are too many employees next door. I'll deal with them after I level up in a few days. He turns and walks away from the pile of defeated zombies. He pushes open the heavy fire exit doors. All right, everyone, let's go. He steps into the stairwell. It's cooler here, darker. The sounds of the office fade behind the heavy door, replaced by the echoing silence of the concrete shaft. He descends the stairs, his footsteps clicking, echoing against the walls. He reaches a lower level, passing the entrance to a restroom. The door is slightly ajar. Silence. Then a sound, so hungry it's faint, a whisper. Zhonglin pauses, he tilts his head. Inside the restroom, huddled in the corner of a stall, is a woman. She's curled up into a tight ball, her arms wrapped around her legs. She's wearing a torn office uniform, her stockings ripped. She's trembling. On the floor next to her, empty wrappers. A crushed can. She's been here for a while. She hears the footsteps stop outside. She lifts her head, her eyes wide with fear and desperation. Tears streak her grime-covered face. Mr. Salesman, she whispers, her voice cracking. Why did you stop coming? She recognizes the footsteps, or maybe she's delirious. Come back, she cries out louder this time. Zhonglin stands outside the door. He heard that. He definitely heard that. A customer calling for him. Inside his mind, a chibi version of himself pops up, giving a thumbs up. Zombie bros, I'm back. He pushes the door open. The woman flinches, pressing herself back against the tiles. She looks up, terrified that it might be one of them. Have you considered buying a house this time? The voice is smooth, professional, completely out of place for the situation. Hayadata Real Estate is the biggest real estate company in Heking City. Don't you worry, Hayadata Real Estate has yet again developed a new residential area. Think about it, as zombies, aren't you tired of commuting every day? Don't you need a nice residential area? The woman stares at the door. She can't see him yet, but she hears the pitch. It's insanity, but it's human insanity. My God, she gasps, clapping a hand over her mouth to stifle a sob. He heard my call, didn't he? She scrambles to the gap in the door, peering out with one desperate, tear-filled eye. Through the crack, she sees the hallway, but she doesn't just see the salesman. She sees shadows, dozens of them, zombies. They found him, or maybe they followed him. A horde of them is rushing down the corridor, their gray hands reaching out, their mouths gaping open. They're swarming toward the restroom, drawn by the noise. No, no, she whimpers. Her eyes lock onto the figure standing between her and the monsters. Don't do this to my idol, she screams internally. He's my only hope, the zombies lunge. And then the air explodes. Swish, Zhonglin moves. He doesn't run away. He doesn't hide. He steps into the swarm. His eyes are glowing with a terrifying blue light. He's not a salesman anymore. He's a reaper. He swings the wrench, but this time the force is different. It creates a shockwave. Slash. A beam of blue energy cuts through the air, sharp as a razor. It slices through the lead zombie, sending it flying backward into the others. Well, Zhonglin's voice cuts through the growls, dripping with dark amusement. So eager to see the new homes, then don't push, form a line one by one. He's mocking them while he destroys them. A zombie in a suit lunges for his throat. Zhonglin sidesteps with unnatural speed, grabbing the creature by the back of the neck and slamming it into the wall. Crack, another one comes low. He kicks it, sending it tumbling down the hallway like a bowling ball. He spins, the wrench extending like a sword of light. He carves a path through the horde. Black blood sprays against the white tiles. Limbs are severed, heads are smashed. It's a whirlwind of violence, a ballet of destruction. The woman watches through the crack in the door, her breath caught in her throat. She's never seen anything like this. He's not just fighting, he's dominating. Within seconds, the hallway is clear. The horde is reduced to a pile of twitching, silent heaps on the floor. Zhonglin stands amidst the carnage, flicking some dark fluid off his wrench. He straightens his tie. He brushes imaginary dust off his shoulder. He walks toward the restroom door. The woman is frozen. Her heart is pounding so hard it feels like it's going to burst out of her chest. The footsteps stop right in front of her stall. Shadows stretch under the door. He is so scary, she thinks, trembling uncontrollably. The door creaks open. Zhonglin stands there. He's backlit by the flickering hallway light. His hair is messy, falling over his eyes. His shirt is stained. He looks wild, dangerous, barely human. He runs a hand through his hair, slicking it back. He looks exhausted, but exhilaratingly alive. Is he human or, she wonders, staring up at him from the floor? He looks down at her. His expression is unreadable, shadowed, intense. The woman is sprawled on the tiles, her legs tucked beneath her. She's lost a shoe. Her stocking is torn. She looks up at him with big, watery eyes, waiting for his judgment. Is he going to kill her? Is he going to leave her? Zhonglin looms over her. His silhouette is imposing. He extends a hand. Is he offering help? He leans in close. A dark, charismatic smile spreads across his face. It's the smile of a predator who has cornered his prey or a salesman who has cornered a client. Ma'am, he says, his voice booming with enthusiastic energy. Are you interested in swimming and fitness, legal disputes, or pre-sale properties? The woman blinks. Behind him, the pile of downsized zombies twitches. The apocalypse rages on. The world is ending. And this guy, this absolute maniac, is trying to close a deal. Oh man, talk about aggressive marketing. I mean, I've heard of killer sales tactics, but Zhonglin takes it literally. He just laid off an entire hallway of zombies with a wrench and then pivoted straight into a real estate pitch while the bodies were still warm. You have to respect the hustle, though apocalypse or not. The grind never stops for this guy. But seriously, would you trust a guy who treats zombies like unruly customers? What do you think happens when she says she can't afford the down payment? Things are getting wild.